quite stupid at the moment, though. On Blue Peter today, we're on the crest of a wave when I go surfing in Wales.
There'll be a hair-raising experience in the garden with a sheep shearing challenge.
And find out if you're one of the lucky winners in the Blue Peter CD-ROM competition. Hello,
Hello there.
and welcome to Wednesday's Blue Peter, live from Studio 3.
Now, this Sunday, the BT Festival of Dance takes place at the Queen Elizabeth Hall in London. 12 of the most exciting young dance groups in Britain will be performing at the festival, and representing Wales will be the Hazel Johnson dancers from Swansea.
They're here with a spectacular toe-tapping dance routine. We've got the rhythm.
Oh yes, good luck on Sunday, guys. Good luck.
Yeah,
I tell you what's so amazing though, all that noise, and Bonnie is still asleep. What is she like?
Nothing will ever wake her up, will it? Now, this is the time of year when sheep all over Britain have that all-important haircut and lose their woolly winter coats. So now it's over to the Blue Peter shepherd, Stuart, in the garden. Thanks very much, guys. Yes, sheep shearing is an age-old farming tradition, and in order to be good, you've got to be quick, you've got to be fast, and someone who's quick and fast is Ian Roxburgh here. In fact, he's a sheep shearing instructor. Ian, can I just butt in there? Hello.
Yes, hello.
Hi, welcome to Blue Peter. Why is it important to shear a sheep? Why do you do it? Why not just let it grow?
Well, because it's more comfort for the sheep. Really?
Right. Especially on a day like this,
Yes,
you want to
that's
get rid of all that extra wool.
Indeed it is, yeah.
And when is a good time to shear a sheep?
In the summer, when it's had about 12 months of growth and when it's very hot,
Right.
it's nice and greasy and easy.
Good, well, preferably not on television. I'll tell you what, why don't you take her over there and finish her off over there? Because we thought we'd sort of try this out, because we're going to have a bit of a Blue Peter sheep shearing challenge. You've left your wool behind. A sheep shearing challenge right here in the garden. And we've got two of the best. Here they come. We've got Charles Foggle and Graham Rossiter. Here they come with their sheep. We're going to give them a minute and see how they do. So stand by and go! A minute on the clock. Here they go. They are actually competing in the Bath and West show very soon. So this is going to be a nice bit of training for them here in the garden today. And their two sheep are getting rid of all that excess wool, They don't need it. There we are. Now let's have a look. How's he doing here, Ian? He seems to be doing
Yes,
all right.
he's doing quite well. Yes, he's
Good stuff.
doing a nice clean job at the moment.
And,
Certainly.
they're not in pain at all, are they?
No, it's not at all. It's comfortable for them, in fact.
Good, good. Well, yeah, as I say, you know, they'd like to get rid of all this wool, wouldn't they? Yeah. Let's see how Graham's doing over here. Graham! Oh, it's looking good. Looking very good there. Apparently, one of these fleeces is enough to make 2 jumpers, is that right? 2
About right,
jumpers?
yes.
Absolutely, and also a bit of a sheep shearing fact here. The current world record holder lives in New Zealand. He can shear over 600, believe it or not, 600 in a day. Okay, here we go with 9 seconds. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up, and they're both complete. And what a good job they've done. Let's just whiz over here. Ian, what do we think of
Yes,
this
well,
one?
this is a very nice job. A few bits of tufts of wool left on there, but sort of quite quick. We'll walk over and have a look at Graham's and
They
see
look like
how he's
goats
got
now.
on.
Are you sure they're sheep?
And yes, I think we've got a cleaner job here. So what I'm going to do is we're going to declare Graham the winner.
Well, congratulations, Graham. Well done, mate. But well done to both of you, actually, for taking part in this Bath and West show. And best of luck with it. And back to you guys. That's how you shear a sheep in the garden.
Thank you. Great cheering there, Graham. And Stuart, by the time we get back to the studio, I want that wool in jumper form. OK. On Friday, a new exhibition called The Pursuit of Beauty opens at the National Portrait Gallery in London. It features portraits of people who were considered to be the beauties of their time, and it spans a period of 500 years. Over the years, people have always gone to great lengths to make themselves look beautiful, but one of the most elegant periods in history has to have been the 18th century, when even the hairstyles were a thing of great beauty.
I am one of the fashion leaders of my day. Everyone thinks that I am beautiful, and my exquisite portrait is admired by all who set eyes on it. I think you'll agree that my hairstyle is perfection itself. Perfection it might be, but it's not that practical, believe me, when you have to start trying to walk with it. Now, in the late 18th century, aristocratic British fashions were inspired by the French royal court. Women wore some of the most extravagant outfits that this country has ever seen. Beautiful, isn't it? Check out those hips. And it wasn't just their clothes that were out of this world. Ladies living in the 1770s wouldn't dream of leaving the house without having their hair piled into styles called macaronis, and their hairstyles became so complicated that they just didn't have enough of their own hair to achieve the right look, so wigs became the fashion of the day. The wigs were created using cages just like these, and they'd be placed on the wearer's head, and then extra bits of hair would be woven into the frame to make it higher and higher. And poor people would grow their hair as long as possible in order to sell it to the wig makers. Styles became increasingly complicated and had to be kept in place with lard, and hair would only be dressed about once a week and very, very rarely washed. In fact, mice and insects would often make their homes in wigs. There's a little one in there, look, and I'm getting a little bit concerned because my own wig is beginning to itch, but I'm trying not to think about what could be inside. Now, as the styles became more flamboyant, people started experimenting with colour, and blue and pink wigs became very, very fashionable. Even children's dolls had fancy hairstyles. This man, Christopher Anstey, shown here with his daughter, was famous for his outspoken comments about how ridiculous he thought these fashions were. As well as itching like mad, the extra height of these styles made life at best very difficult and at worst downright dangerous. Simple things like walking through doorways, going to sleep and travelling in carriages caused real problems. Some people even burned to death when their hair brushed against the flames of a candelabra. Now, the history of wigs goes back a long way. One of the earliest examples in the National Portrait Gallery's exhibition is of Queen Elizabeth I. 450 years ago, she was considered to be one of the most beautiful women in the land, and her red hair was admired by everyone. She reigned from 1558 until 1603, and by the end of her life, she was completely bald, so she took to wearing a red wig. That way, she always kept her youthful image.
Women weren't the only ones to enjoy dressing up and wearing wigs. Oh no, Charles II, who came to the throne in 1660, was regarded as a very handsome fellow. In this portrait here, which is from the exhibition, you can see his flowing wig that became his trademark, and up and down the land, people tried to copy his style. By the 18th century, men wore wigs in a variety of styles, as you can see in this painting here called the Court of Chancery. Interestingly, the styles worn then are not very different to the type of wig worn by judges today. Various wig-related expressions have been passed down from this period, from big wigs to keep your hair on, which was actually said to stop people taking their wigs off before a fight. Good advice. Are you ready yet?
Certainly not. I've got to cover up all my smallpox scars. In the 1770s, of course, I would have worn a lot of white powder to cover up my bad skin and, of course, some rouge for my cheeks.
Oh, come on.
Okay, that'll do. How do I look?
Well, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, isn't it? Couple more hours, I think.
Charming.
Fabulous wigs. Who knows, they could catch on again, but they need a good shear first. I'll get there with my shearers. Now, with the surfing season upon us, guess who got nominated to get into training for the summer competitions? No, it wasn't Mabel, it was me. And I knew just the place, Torry Fellon near St David's in Wales.
Choppy? Yeah. I wonder if we should do it. Hey, isn't it like Stuart Miles from Blue Peter? Wait, yeah, it is. I wonder why it's not going in. Probably waiting for some really good waves. If he's going in, the surf's going to be way too tough for us. Yeah. Charlie, I need to go and ask him why isn't he going in. All right then. I'm not scared. Excuse me, why aren't you surfing?
Well, strictly between you and me, I don't actually know how to surf. You don't know if there's anyone who can help me, dear?
I know just the man. JP is an excellent surfer, just walking along the beach over there.
All right, okay, I'll go and get some lessons and I'll see you later.
See ya.
We've come to a really sheltered spot just to go through the basics of surfing and to get you happy with the boards. These are the type of boards that you see most surfers use.
Oh, it's tiny, isn't it?
It is very tiny. It's very unstable, and it's like surfing on a teacup. You've got to have a lot of practice before you can go and use one of these sort of boards.
Yeah, that's great, that. So this is what the professionals use, yeah?
Yeah. This is another handmade board. It's a little bit bigger, and it gives you more buoyancy, and it is
heavier
a
as
bit more
well.
stable. Yeah, because of the extra length and volume.
Sure.
And it's pretty.
What's all this stuff on the top?
That stuff helps you grip. It's surf wax, so when you get that stamped,
Yeah.
you stay in it. That's
Okay.
it.
I think you'll need glue for me, actually.
This board's an intermediate board. It's very sticky all the way along, and you can catch waves easily on it.
So which one's mine then?
This one,
Right.
the yellow one.
Great.
We'll just go through the bits of the board so you know what you're dealing with. This is the nose, and here's the tail. Here's the deck, that's the bit that you stand on like on board ship. This is the bottom of the board, very technical term. And here's the skeg or fin that helps you go in a straight line. Last but not least, we've got the leash. And that keeps the board attached to you while you wipe out.
I'm sure I'll be having a few of those.
Next thing, dry land surfing.
Okay. Dry land surfing?
Can you see that rock over there?
What, just
In
that
the
one over there?
distance? Yeah.
What was all that about?
The foot that you landed on first is going to be your front foot on the board.
All right, that's okay, because for a moment there I thought we weren't getting on.
Your front foot goes on the cross at 45 degrees
That's
across it.
My left foot.
The back foot needs to go a fair way back, a bit more than shoulder width apart, 90
Like that?
degrees across the centre line. You got it. Bend your knees, relax, put your arms out, face the way you're going, and all your movement is coming from your hips and your legs. And you're surfing.
Okay. So this is dry land surfing, is it?
Yeah, you've got it, you're surfing.
Well, if there's anything like this out there, I think I'm going to like this.
It's just as easy. start paddling because you want to catch that big wave that's behind us.
There's a big wave coming.
It's massive! You put your hands underneath your shoulders as you feel yourself take off on the wave.
Yep.
Do a press up, nice straight press up. Twist your shoulder and at the same time bring your foot through like that. Great. And stand up and get into that surf stance. Your arms will be out, your body will still be low, and you'll be looking where you're going.
Right.
And down again. Yay. Up, up, up. 3, up, up. Good. Excellent. Okay, Stuart, start paddling out, nice and easy, one hand and then the other, okay? As you go through the waves, let the nose of the board go underneath the wave, do a little press up and get your body going over the top. Paddle, 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 paddle. Good one. Okay, gonna wait for this next wave to go underneath you. And out. Go! Woo! Woo! Yeah!
I guess that's what you call surfs up, yeah?
Yeah, the wind's picked up quite a lot, the surf's built up, and the waves are not perfect, but they're bigger. It's like being hit with a brick wall as you're trying to get through every now and again.
Yeah, that's right.
Trying to get through that brick wall again.
Yeah, I have to keep going. I see there's lots of children out here doing it as well.
Yeah.
Start at any age, can you?
So yeah, the younger the better probably. There's little guys starting at 4 and 5 years old catching waves with their dads out there, especially in warmer countries.
Yeah. And I suppose the thing is, when you're smaller, you haven't got so far to get up on the board, have you?
No, you're a lot more stable straight away. You can walk to the end of the board, have a cup of coffee, turn around, walk to the back of the board. It's a lot easier.
Why didn't I start when I was 4?
Staying out for the summer, playing games in the rain. The hills and the fortunes won't be the same again. Staying out for the summer. Stand down.
Hey!
Are you sure he's pointing at you?
I paid him a lot.
I can't believe you got up. That's so difficult. Well
It is,
done.
right, it is, thank you very much. It is difficult, but surfing in Wales was great, but next time, Hawaii, guys, thanks. If you fancy becoming a king or queen of the waves, as usual, details are on our CFAX pages. Please remember, if you're going to go and learn to surf, you've got to learn under expert supervision because the sea can be dangerous, all right?
Now time for the results of our CD-ROM competition. In the autumn, we'll be launching the first ever Blue Peter CD-ROM. Last month, we asked you to design a picture to feature in the calendar section of the CD-ROM, using one of the 4 seasons as your inspiration: spring, summer, autumn or winter.
The drawings flooded in and we had a massive 22,489 entries, and the judges were very impressed with the standard of the work, and here are some of the 500 runners-up.
Birds featured heavily in the spring entries, and Emily Nelms, who's 5, has drawn some chirpy little yellow chicks. And this entry by Simon Tyso, there it is, he's 6 and he made Romana smile. His chick is bouncing on a very large spring. It's what you call a spring chicken, definitely. Hey. Sheep were also a popular theme in the spring section. Craig Wilson, who's age 12, has sheep bouncing on a pogo stick. Not a chance of sharing that one then. And Keziah Wayne, who's age 6, has all of us leaping out of eggs. Even Bonnie, Mabel, Carrie and Oki, and even George are there with us.
There you go. Now, as you can see, the entries which use the summer theme as their inspiration are pretty bright. Check out this Bold Sun by Alexi Jordan, who's age 5. Great smile we've got going on here. And beaches were also a common theme for obvious reasons. 7-year-old Alexandra O'Brien has designed a very busy beach, complete, I'm pleased to say, with an ice cream cellar. And Andrew Lodens even featured dinosaurs in here, so that would get a few raised eyebrows on the beach. And Adam Haynes, who's age 5, has featured a barbecue in this very colourful drawing. But I don't know about you, Richard, whenever I get the barbecue out, the sun goes in, and the sun's definitely out in his picture.
Yeah, and rains as well, doesn't it? Autumn inspired lots of colourful entries. Fallen Leaves featured heavily. Verita Chester, age 9, has them being kicked up into the air there. A good boot for those leaves. Nicola Williams, age 10 there, has a hedgehog emerging from falling leaves in her drawing in the middle. In 7-year-old Matthew Hunt's drawing, both a person and a dog are completely covered in leaves, completely hidden there. Made the judges smile, that one. And Aaron Bishop, age 15, impressed the judges with his cartoon-style character there in his design, just being swept away with the wind.
Great. The winter entries, as you might expect, were dominated by snow and by ice. Snowmen of all types were very popular. Anissa Malik, aged 15, has painted a cool-looking snowboarding snowman. And Craig Baston, who's 7, has a penguin and a snowman in his entry. The judges particularly liked 12-year-old Ches White's use of the Blue Peter ship in his entry, a bit like an ice sculpture, that one. And they also thought that 7-year-old Daniel Hutton's unusual use of colour in his design was very good, which features some of the Blue Peter pets. There they all are, leaning over the side. And here are some more of the 500 runners-up.
Superb picture of Romana there. Now, all 500 runners-up will receive an exclusive Blue Peter mouse mat, as well as a Blue Peter pen, and of course the important Blue Peter competition badge.
How could you possibly miss that bit off? And there are 4 first prize winners, 1 for each of the seasons. The winning designs will be seen by thousands of people who flick through the Blue Peter CD-ROM, but the lucky winners won't just have their work included as part of the finished CD-ROM. Oh no, there's even more.
Oh yes, there's more. The 4 winners will each receive a multimedia PC and a copy of the Blue Peter CD-ROM when it's launched in the autumn. This PC will let you surf the internet, listen to music, watch moving pictures, as well as all the usual things you can do on a normal PC.
And here are the first prize winners. In the spring section, Christopher Taylor, aged 4.5, from Reading, impressed the judges with his felt tip drawing featuring spring flowers and a bird which looks like a big crow flying across the sky.
Daniel Cayley, aged 10, from Brough in East Yorkshire, is the first prize winner in the summer category. His bold flower design appealed to the judges, and they particularly liked the wallpaper style, which will look fantastic on a computer screen.
The first prize in the autumn section goes to Luke Williams, age 14, from Leighton Buzzard. His design is a clever aerial view of a cornfield. The corn's been cut into the shape of a Blue Peter ship, and Luke has a combine harvester working its way along the bottom of the picture.
The winter winner is Jamie Hewitt, aged 15, from Northallerton. His dramatic snowman with his carrot nose impressed the judges, as did the contrast between the white snowman, the black sky and the twinkling yellow stars.
So a very big thank you to everyone who entered the competition. Well done to the 500 runners-up, and a special congratulations to the 4 winners.
Yes, well done. Now, over the weekend, we were very sorry to hear about the death of baby elephant Cara. Her name was actually chosen by Blue Peter viewers, and on Friday, we'll be looking back at the first time I actually visited her at Chester Zoo. Quite an experience.
Also on Friday, Romana takes to the skies wing walking, and Code Red will be singing live in the studio.
So we'll see you then.
See you then.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.